So I found another video on the Ambrosia group, and I haven't seen it. So let's shit talk that motherfucking shit.
The US government made a really strange proclamation recently. The Food and Drug Administration, or the FDA, officially advised people not to inject themselves with blood plasma from young people.
My last video, gee, I have surface level knowledge of most things. I'm not saying I'm the most educated, but like, ask anyone around me, like, I could ramble about shit if I know enough about it, and I like medical stuff a lot. Like, I really do. Like, I find it very interesting, and like, bro, like even their page says, look, manufacturing biomaterials out of waste product. It just sounds like they're using stem cell research, like I said in the last video, and they're just using it to fucking just fund everything. Where's that video at? That's right here. Like blood plasma, like them stripping all the nutrients from the blood and giving it to other people. What it makes it not dialysis? That's just that's the same thing but with extra steps. I don't know, man. And what is the fucking recycled biomaterial? Like, dude, fucking you know when they say things like that, you know what the fuck it is. It's dead babies.
Our colleague Angela covered
Or
the.
body parts that are disposed. The shit that you throw in the medical bin, it ain't gonna be from grown people. This is from youth. All this is based on youth, Ambrosia. So it's all based on the fucking youth. So it's gotta be young people body parts or young people genitalia skin and dead babies. Like not, I say dead babies, but they are dead babies. But pre-pregnant, pre post-op. Is that what they call it? I don't know. A baby that's not born yet, and it's still a baby. Like if it's viable after 5 months. If she like they didn't like let her live at the 7, but
this story, and we asked her for a dramatic reading.
Yeah, so this is the bulletin from the FDA notice, and they said the reported uses of these products should not be assumed to be safe or effective. We strongly
I said in the whole first video I just did on this, it's pseudoscience. It's alchemic. It doesn't make sense. They don't show you any reason why it's good for you or why. What are the pros? They just give you these vague reasons like it promotes healthy brain growth. It does all this, but then you notice all the people they tell are just they tell them to eat healthy and do all the other shit. So are they just making them commit a sin and kill babies and put them inside them, or like I said, there's no other or. It's just they're dieting properly and exercising. Like, you know how much it does for your life and your youth and your skin? Fucking, for all they know, hey, maybe it's nothing like I'm saying it's paranoid, and it's just actually just collagen they're injecting in your face. Dumbasses. You're fucking rich retards. You buy into anything. Goop.
discourage consumers from pursuing this therapy.
This begs the question, why on earth did the FDA need to say such a thing? Who was giving out rogue transfusions of young blood?
Honestly, the fact that the FDA had to do that, no, dude, remember this. Satanists have been around since, I think it was 1500s. Like, we have dated back for actual proof. Maybe a little bit before that with John Dee and all them. But, like, I wouldn't call him a Satanist. He wasn't a Satanist. He was out. Magic is magic, but Satanism is Satanism. Worshipping Baal is different from worshipping actual Satan. They convince you to do that so you lose your soul. They know what they're doing. They gain their respect to their God when they sacrifice our young.
The answer is bizarre. It involves a real scientific study that gets distorted and misapplied, some credulous news outlets and sketchy entrepreneurs, and a few people going to dramatic lengths to stay young. The big medical idea here is that maybe something inside a young, healthy person could help an older person get healthier. Historically, people have tested that idea with a creepy procedure called parabiosis.
So parabiosis is basically taking two animals, cutting them up, and sewing them together.
The technique goes all the way back to 1864, but it got popular with medical researchers starting in the 1950s. The hope was that if you stitched together the circulatory systems of two mice, for example, you could see whether the blood of one affected the other.
That doesn't make sense. Doing that will make the other a tumor. The body will either reject it completely or take it and use it as if like all you think about is like, what's this goddamn name they use in South Park? Cracking open fetuses going, fucking Superman. Oh man, why can't I remember original Superman? I was a drunk. Oh, that's awful. That's some Frankenstein ass shit, bro. You know, this is more humane than doing fucking like, I don't know, cloning. Bro, this all goes back to cloning. Because this is so much. This is what they're gonna try selling to us if they could get it going. It's a goop. This is the new mercury in the fucking water. It's for vigors and vitality. Fucking retards. Fucking idiots, bro. You guys are fucking idiots.
And specifically then, they were interested in seeing if one animal, the older animal, could live longer if it was attached to the younger animal.
Those experiments set the stage, but the modern obsession with young blood owes a lot to a study from 2000.
You know who's gonna do this experiments with this? I think it was German. There's this dude who brought dogs back to life. The dog lived for about like 4 days. But like, he brought it back to life. Died of blood clots. But like, yeah, you can do that too. Playing God is pretty shitty and stupid. Let me pause this real quick. Hold on, let me find my joints. Pause. No, it's recording. Let me backtrack a little bit, but yeah. Fuck.
Those experiments set the stage, but the modern obsession with young blood owes a lot to a study from 2005. The lead authors were Michael and Irina Comboy, a husband and wife team at UC Berkeley.
Red flags, look at them too. They're like fucking UC Berkeley, bro. Let's hear these guys' opinion on things. These fucking eugenicists.
Using parabiosis, they attached an old mouse and a young mouse together to see what would happen to specific...
The fact they even call it parabiosis, bro. This is the kind of shit that fucking, what's his goddamn name, did. Is it Himmler? Nazi that was obsessed with twins. Mangles. That's what it was. Fucking that weird fuck, bro. This is the kind of shit him and the fucking Japanese were into. What is with these fuckers and doing these Frankenstein experiments? Stop playing God, you fucking weirdos. Go get a father that fucking loved you or hugged you or some shit. Fuck.
Specific body systems, their muscles,
why is
their
your
livers,
issues
their
up?
brains, and they found that some of the tissues in the older mouse got younger.
Was it yours?
No shit, Sherlock. If I got a you ever seen what the experiments between like fucking a dialysis patient getting young blood instead of fucking new blood, like old blood from like a person his own age? It's spectacular for them in the end. It works better for them in the end. Like someone under 21 giving someone with dialysis blood who's like in their 40s. Yeah, you guys get a recovery case. Instead of like someone who's 40 getting 40-year-old blood. Fuck yourselves.
Study to show
Common
that
fucking sense.
aging of tissues
Cell
could
generation.
be very rapidly reset back, and we could observe young tissues in an animal that is analogous to 75-year-old person.
It was a hell of a finding.
You know what? I would support this only on levels if it would, like I said, they sell you on the point, like, just like abortion. Oh, yeah, it's because of rape and incest, and then they make it for everybody. But, like, if this is just for, like, maybe making Alzheimer patients be able to, like, live with their kids for an extra couple of years insanity, That'd be different. But no, it doesn't. This is the opposite.
And the news ricocheted all over the place.
Oh no, it was immediate interest and hype.
Yeah, we got our full.
But this is what the Satanists want. These Marxist Satanist bullshit motherfuckers, and they just want an excuse to kill kids and take their blood and put it in them. Because you know why? They have no fucking standard of living.
15 minutes of fame back then.
Yeah.
And then there was a lot of excitement from, you know, the non-scientific field of lay people, because we all want to live longer and be healthy, and so it just seemed like a very promising and interesting potential treatment.
How far would you go to look and feel younger?
Scientists may have found a real fountain of youth, one that can repair
Call it a fountain of youth. Hey, when I think, what's his name, who founded the Fountain of Youth, oh my god. It's like, begins with a D if I'm not wrong. I can't remember off the top of my head. Santos something, I don't know. When he founded the Fountain of Youth, even though he never found it, it was a pipe dream. This is what he probably found in the Aztec fucking empire.
But the actual findings were more complicated.
Bro, the other thing about this too, this is all about a degradation because we're not worshiping their gods. Their God is their God, and they tell us it's our God, and our God is not their God, and they keep fucking getting us to do the stupid shit for their gods. And we're at the same point in history where we have Roman Colosseums for sports, and crime is at a high. People are degenerates. They do everything wrong, and we just believe the people they want us to tell us the fucking info above us. Like, Rome has fallen, bro. Rome has fucking fallen.
First, while the old mouse seemed to improve, at the same time, the young mouse suffered.
Like I said, he became a tumor. I fucking said this in the last video without even knowing any of this. Like, it's going to become a parasitic relationship. While the one who's older with the more mature cells takes over the one with the younger, stupider cells. Do this with the same age mouse. Watch what happens. They both die or reject each other.
Its muscle and liver and brain health deteriorated. That finding received a lot less hype.
So there are two equally important.
These two fuckers sewed mice together. Bro, I hate science and I love science, but like, you don't have to do, like, I'm not one, like, I don't care, like, animals are cool, they're dispensable. But like, that's cruel. That's fucked up. That's not right, man. Wake up one day and you're normal, and the next day you're sewed to your motherfucking friend. God forbid the stress and anxiety those animals had to face.
Observations, but everybody just jumped on the bandwagon.
Alright, look at their accent. They're probably fucking from Slavic or some shit. I didn't hear where they're from. I bet they told us, but they don't. They said they went to USC Berkeley, but they sound like they're Slavic. Probably fucking second generation commie fucking kids. Who the fuck does experiments like this? It's fucking wrong.
Rejuvenation.
And second, there was the possibility that blood wasn't the full story. Grafting two mice together meant that they were influenced by each other's organs.
Two livers, two everything. No, that's not how that would work. He's going the wrong. That wouldn't. No, unless they graft the intestines together and everything together, they didn't do that. They just conjoined their, because it's on left and right side. They conjoined the circulatories. That's all they did was circulatory. Oh, they're gonna try rationalizing this now. It's not rationalizing worth.
It's two.
Old mice benefited from young heart, young lungs, young kidney, and young liver. So it was not just a blood exchange. It was as if you had a backpack with young organs which work on your behalf.
But
That's why the livers failed in them, because the livers were both working overtime. One liver is for one body, and another liver is for the other. So that means one was getting fed, like, give a clean filter. It's not gonna work like that. It's not, unless they graft them parallel where they had no feet, like. I don't know how to explain that. Like, circulatory, but parallel to each other. That could work. But they just wouldn't move. There'd just be a ball with a tail wiggling around, dying.
bigger complications stopped this young blood idea from taking off like wildfire.
So in everybody's mind, it was the cure against aging. It was a relatively easy way to get a paper published in a high impact journal or to get research funding because there was so much interest.
But then you got like the WEF, fucking, well, it's Klaus, Bill Gates, and all of them were like, I bet Hillary was in on this too, but I have nothing proof on that, but I can find the other shit on these guys being good, but like, they're like, you might have something there, because they just love taking parts of their religion and making us, the plebs, conceal to it. Like I said, they want us to be like Rome, where we're sacrificing gods, sacrificing our kids to gods and shit. Fuck you.
It was the password to get published in Science.
What do you think the fucking sign for like health is? That weird snake and like fucking the wings. Like fucking kill yourselves.
Exactly. It was literally password to get your paper at least reviewed or perhaps.
Since 2005, there's been a lot more research into parabiosis in young blood. Lots more studies bolstered the ideas found in the convoy's work. Others complicated them. A few went looking for specific proteins that might play a role. The convoys worked on their follow-up in 2016 that used transfusions rather than parabiosis, and it suggested that old blood hurts more than young blood helps. All in all, the science marched along.
Nowadays, the aging...
This is what they're doing. Like I'm saying, if a company wants to make money and do things, they'll fund the research that makes their research seem good. Cause and causation. Not cause and effect. Cause and causation are usually very, very simple. Not simple. Separate. While cause and effect can be simple. But you need to find out all the cause and effects before you get the cause and causation. Because, man, this isn't a simple thing like that. Drink. Oh, God. We're fucked. And you got these kids like trying to like come off smart. Like this is my problem. I don't sound smart. I don't sound smart. Yeah. My last video I pointed out all this shit.
Research field is
Now
doing
I'm going
well,
to debt.
and I think that there's a consensus that there's something in the blood that helps regulate aging.
What we should be looking at is what makes jellyfish cells do the same thing, because jellyfish cells share some of the same cells as we do. If we can figure out what is the protein that does it, we can figure it out then. And then we can probably distribute it, like separate it from the plasma. Not just, dude, you can coin it all you want, bro. We should be able to produce it ourselves. Dude, we know how to make almost every other protein our body eats naturally. Like, look at protein powders. I'm not saying chemically made powders are good for you. It's not the same as eating the real natural ones because they don't break down the same way because they're chemically structured. Instead of fucking, unless you got to really, not even like ruin your immune. Like, but once in a while, you know what I mean. Eat a protein bar like for a full. I don't know. Like, I don't like processed foods, but like, fuck, man, like. This is why we don't have peptides for cancer research, because that look into that peptide cancer research, because they're afraid that because the actual peptide we need comes from human piss. But it's okay to make birth control and hormones and stuff for trannies and stuff that are all fucking based around cow piss. I'd rather get my shit from bro, this is what's wrong with people. They stigmatize things instead of looking at it from the actual factual useful use. Like aesthetics used to look pretty, you know why? On a building? Because they had a use for practice, like a hat. Hats look good. But this is like a hat on backwards. It's like a useless aesthetic. Like it's a mirror of what it could have been and what it used to be and how it was actually practiced in use. I hate people. This is what I hate people for. I can't say I don't wear my hat backwards. Like we all do. We're all allowed to do some dumb things, but like, at least my dumb things don't like fucking involve blood.
So how do we get from here to the FDA's warning?
Fucking pseudoscience.
Well, as careful as the scientific community was, there was still the hype, the fountain of youth idea.
That shouldn't be the reason why the FDA went, The FDA should have been like, fuck. Just give me a warning. No. Say no. But the FDA was funded by the studies, and for every one of these things they get funded, they get a certain percentage of the people at the top of the board. Stop giving people incentivization. Fucking faggot.
And all of that hype created a crack in the hard science.
There is this dead zone between scientific discussion.
Give me a fucking American that comes up with an idea. Are we that dumb? I don't trust next generation commies. I guarantee you. What are their names? Who are these two people? What are their name again? I'll find that out. Hold on. Where am I at? 4 minutes 25.
Found that some of the tissues in the older mouse got younger.
It was the first study.
Brains, husband and wife team at UC Berkeley 2004. Those experiments set the stage, but the systems of 2 mice, for example, you could see whether the blood of one affected the other.
And specifically that, or if it was attached to the younger animal.
Those experiments set the stage, but the modern obsession with young blood owes a lot to a study from 2005. The lead authors were Michael and Irina Comboy.
Michael and Irina Comboy. That's never good, seeing them partying like this. Like this is never good. They're commie Marxist fucking people. Oh, we don't promote the idea where our shit comes from. Go fuck yourselves. I have to go to DuckDuckGo. If I have to go to Yandex for this, dude, I'm gonna fucking cringe. This is just something I'm gonna have to go to Yandex for. The fact that I can't find the thing, they're probably commie fucking bullshits, bro. I fucking hate the fucking, like, the USSR, bro. Like, go fuck yourself, bro. You gave us a whole bunch of fucking shitty fucking Marxist followers. Like, Shinosky or whatever the fuck his goddamn name is that used to suck his cock that was like a shitty version of Stalin because he was too much of a pussy. I don't even like Stalin, but at least like he put his nuts on the table when he fucking did shitty shit. Stop being a pussy. If you're gonna be a hard ass, be a hard ass. You fucking man child. Fucking hate you fucking bullshit motherfuckers. Fucking grow a set. Like fucking drinking the blood of the youth.
And popularize hype about the science.
This is what makes me like. This is what makes me want to cut the fucking head off. Fucking not like. This is what I get when they used to do it back in the day. Like our grandparents, these are scalp Nazis, or when they used to scalp like correspondents in the Civil War. This is why you scalp them. You save them, and then your friends brag about how many like new fucking skin hats you got. Oh, at least you're gonna be colorful.
T. Karmazin. In 2016, he was a recent med school graduate who was reportedly so inspired by parabiosis research that he founded his own health startup, Ambrosia.
I bet all this is all the same, bro. All this is like, I bet I'm looking that afterwards.
Or a company interested in making you young again.
He wasn't alone. Other companies have popped up to search for blood proteins that regulate aging and base new drugs on them. Ambrosia took a different tack.
It took these mice studies and said, we can turn this into a treatment for humans, and if you give us $8,000...
And this is how we all get vexed. Bro, 8 mice they used. I wonder they only used 1 for this study. And they're like, yeah, let's do it for humans. But every other study for like, I don't know, cancer, AIDS, diabetes, arthritis. Gotta go through all the channels and use all the lab rats. These people don't want us alive. Georgia Guidestones, bro. They want a subservient amount of people so they can just keep us fucking... That's why they all have bunkers. Everyone at Bill Gates' house has a bunker. I wonder why.
We'll give you some young blood.
He's preparing for something.
And it'll, reverse aging and
He's afraid. I hope when God comes, like when I showed you like Ezekiel's wheel. Nah, bro. I don't know if I said it in this video, but I'm gonna show it again. Where is it? Where is it? I'm so dyslexic. Yeah, the fact that it didn't come up, what the fuck, bro? I just had it up. Did I put it up in this video? Right here. If you know Dante's Inferno, sorry, it's not Inferno. I think it's the what is it? Not fucking Purgatorius. It's the other one. It's heaven. When he ascends completely into the last realm of heaven, it's honestly beautiful what he describes. After seeing what he sees with the archangels and stuff, and how they really aren't angels and they're just these multiple headed beasts and shit.
Bigger
Look at that, bro.
It's all a perception of distance.
Oh, and then the cameraman cuts out. Like, look at the size of it. Look at fucking like Terraria and being like, bro. Even if it's in front of the moon, like he probably says in this video, like even if it's in front of the moon, and it's like looking bigger. You know how big that has to be? Like, morning light, the morning star faded away. We had two suns for a while, and they talk about it in history, and they don't want to talk about that
patients
ever
a
in
liter or
history.
two of human plasma from an under 25 donor, but they charged their test subjects, didn't publish their results, and didn't even include a control group.
You could probably see the second sun. Go look it up. Hey, look at it on a weird plain day. I know I can see it. I've seen it before. I have pictures somewhere of it online. Maybe on my other account I deleted. I think it might be on this one actually. Like I remember like taking a picture of it. Like you can get it if you go to the right angle on the right blue sky day in the most like open area. Like you won't see like the Midwest and stuff like that because there's how I'm in Mass, so it's like. If you're like parallel to like my share across the country, then you might be able to see it. Actually, you might be able to see it at Tyler Peak. You can totally see it. It's like this to the sun. Like the sun is my thumb and the pinky is like out. It literally looks like that. It's pretty crazy. It's real. I don't care what people. You can tell me I'm crazy all you want, bro. Oh, I can't see it all the time. It's because they're always putting shit in the sky. Chemtrails aren't real. They said they're not real. No, they're real, bro. I don't give a fuck what you say. The government tells us a lot not real. It ends up being real. Look at the space. Look at. All right, there's no cure for AIDS for like the last 40 years, right? Now there's a cure for AIDS. But that was a conspiracy, right? Magic Johnson just stayed alive and. Dude, a hetero man got AIDS.
The company was always light on the details, which for the convoys was the scariest part.
If it doesn't work, we need to know about it, right? And if people are having side effects, we need to know about it. If it does work, of course, we need to know about that too. But you can't just be hyping something and promising something and say, look, it works great. All these people are so much healthier. Because people try to fool people all the time, right?
The whole thing was sketchy at best. But again, it made for a great story.
Listen to this. A startup claims to have found the fountain of youth, and it is young blood.
If true, this is huge, right?
It got wild.
It is young blood. No matter what you tell me, you're using bio waste. That could be almost anything, bro. You're stripping the plasma from blood that was from people probably under the age of 25 and lower. People who are still productive. This is why I know it's fetal cells. They're just, bro, oh, they're gonna kill us with jargon. It's all jargon. Like, all you gotta do to win this game is, this is my favorite thing. It's like, I like watching shit like this and knowing things, because, like, I learn it, like, I hate using big words. I don't, like, sometimes I can, like, and if it sounds right to use it, and if it comes out smooth, it comes out smooth. If it doesn't, you know when I'm forcing it. You don't force words out like that. It'll sound natural if you actually use it in the right term. But, like, they use these words, though, like, I don't know. Have you ever read medical papers and shit like that? Dude, I hate it. They could totally write it so everybody could, like, nah, bro. They make it so only medical professionals can read it. Why? Like, who are you impressing? Why are you trying to impress it? Knowing words don't make you better at your craft. Especially medical shit. That definitely does not make you better at your craft. It makes you more pretentious. Like a piece of shit. Like, most of that degree went to ELA instead of fucking cutting someone up and knowing how to put it back together. I don't see mechanics using fucking huge words. If anything, they're the ones I learned awesome new terms from. I'm like, what the fuck? Fucking be humble, you motherfuckers.
There were rumors that tech investor Peter Thiel was super interested in Youngblood and in Ambrosia.
He was super interested in Youngblood and Ambrosia. Remember the definition of Ambrosia? I got goosebumps, literally. That was a disgusting sentence.
The idea even got lampooned in an episode of Silicon Valley.
Are you really not familiar with parabiosis?
Can't say.
I do.
Say that I am. Well, the science is actually pretty fascinating.
The hype can have only helped Karmazin's notoriety, and he was reportedly this close to opening up clinics in the US when the FDA brought the hammer down. Ambrosia ceased operation.
He had 5 clinics up. I posted the video before. No. And there are other ones in the globally they won't put out. But if the thing was right, and if it wasn't talking about the fucking video game, that was like 72 or some shit, or like 80, 98 or something. Dude, like, they do a bunch of weird shit out in the weird Cayman Islands and stuff too. Like, if you go down south, you get a lot of weird clinics for weird experimental surgery that we're not, you know what I mean? If you don't know about it, you don't know about it. And if you don't have the money for them to pay for know about it, that's why the plebs die early.
And today their website is basically empty apart from some stock videos of greenery waving in the breeze. By the way, we tried to get a hold of Jesse Karmazin.
That's disgusting. The front. Look what plant they picked. What kind of plant is that again? It's a type of pine. How many leaves are on it? 5. And they just keep intrinsically opening up bigger and bigger. Don't you love fucking esoteric shit? If you know it.
For comment, but we never heard back. So that's the story. Ultimately, it was a pretty small blip in the world of medical business. Karmazin told Bloomberg that he only treated about 150 patients total, but even those few subjects may have been at risk. Blood transfusions are commonly
these guys got paid. Like, where's that video I just had? It's not there now? This is how I clicked on it.
Used in life-threatening situations, but as an elective procedure, it makes less sense. Pumping someone else's blood into your body puts you at risk of allergic reactions, infections, and even a rare lung injury.
I don't know about everybody else out there, but for me, that risk would, far outweigh any potential benefits I'd get.
He speaks English. She's definitely Russian. I can just look at her. She's Russian. I'm not Moldovan. But, and that's not even around anymore. Wonder why. No, he's talking. Nah, bro. These people are paid plants for this. They're sick fucks for doing it.
Short term for getting that blood product.
The lab experiments worked in part because inbred.
It's like saying stem cells are good. These are dude who made stem cells. You know what makes you come up with something that comes up with stem cells? That are like stem cells? When we don't have stem cells. So, like, stop killing babies and science will progress. Instead of just like, you want youthful blood? We can come up with the plasma. Guarantee you we can make it in a lab. I'm like literally disgusted. That's the literal idea how they're gonna sell it to us. My stomach is nuts.
Red mice were used, so their bodies were extremely compatible. Not so for humans.
It's like you have identical twins, but one twin is 75 and another.
Because you're basing. Do this with a monkey. Try doing it with a monkey. Go fuck yourselves.
20 years old. So that's what we can do in a laboratory. For people who are not genetically matched.
Which points to maybe the biggest lesson here. It's a lesson that Ambrosia didn't learn, which earned them the scorn of scientists and ultimately cost them a lot.
Ambrosia took these promising studies that were in mice and made this huge leap and tried to apply them to humans and take a lot of money for it. You know, humans are not mice, obviously, and what works for them might not work for us, and yet it was still trying to take money and kind of, I think, prey on people's
Goop. I called them goop before. A goop. Like Theranos. Bro, if your fucking product label for fucking your company is this is disgusting. This is... I don't know what to say. That makes me sick. Like, that's the end of that video. I just want to point out that the video that they gave me isn't the one that showed up. Now there's another one that's showing up. This one's the one. Now it's down here. It was the number 2. Now it gave me this. Something happened there.
What if you could reverse the aging process?
Can we just point out something?
Ambrosia is the brainchild of Dr. Jesse Karmazin.
So the thing hasn't changed. There's the thing I was going to put. They even admit the mice in here. I thought it was a part of it. I honestly forgot I was going to show you this. He's my show video before this. That means I'm not going to sit here and try to find something I can't remember. Don't you love ADHD? This shit makes me pass dry. Journey night.